Welcome to Anglia Car Auction. Now look at this, the sun is still up, it's shining, it's lovely and warm, and it's the day before our first viewing day. We're super excited. I'm here with Freddie, and we thought, as has become a little bit of a tradition
yes,
that we will do a whistle-stop tour of the lots on offer over the next 2 days. Now it's a 2-day sale, automobilia, and followed by the vehicles, motorbikes on the Sunday. But a little bit of a turnaround. We're actually starting with some of the non-runners outside on the Saturday, aren't we?
Yes, which is unusual for us to do, but as is always, we've had a great turnout with entries, and so it means just for the sheer volume of entries we've got.
This is what we're doing.
So why not?
We're going to start out here. We're not going to dwell on every car. This is not a description of every car. It's literally just an overview for you lot to have a look. Full details are on the website. So if you've got any queries, look on the website. We're not going to mention everything because we physically can't. There are close to 280 cars and 288 cars, sorry, and 75 motorbikes in the sale. So that's a pretty epic
I think that's one of our highest, isn't it?
Absolutely. So now we're going to start with the first vehicle in the sale, lot number 200, which is the Land Rover 101 Ford Control. Been stood for a number of years. Great project. It's an ambulance with the V8 engine. Really worthwhile.
Neil had some fun removing it, didn't he? I think.
Oh, he did. Yeah. I think that had been sat for quite some time. But we're offering that no reserve, so it'd be great to see where that goes. Another no reserve.
I know what
entry.
You're saying, guys.
Now, Freddie, you love a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow.
I do.
And pink.
Why not?
Why not? Absolutely.
It's certainly a statement. We actually sold this car a couple of years back.
We did.
The people who bought it used it as an advertising piece, and actually, when you think about it, what a great way to promote a business.
It's a real eyeful. It's offered no reserve. It's been running, but just not started since last year. So
it'll just want some going.
It will just want a little bit of fettling just to go through.
This is a rather interesting one.
Now, this is one of 2 Porsches that have come from the same Thaddeus deceased estate. I went down to visit the gentleman. We've got the 1972 car, which is going through on Sunday. This is a 996, which I think about 7 or 8 years ago we sold this car.
Really?
But it has sat unused on a driveway for the past 2 or 3 years. So
we've had lots of calls on it, I would say, just from people picking up the telephone.
Yeah, we're getting that 5,000 to 7,000, so that's really worthwhile. One of several Stags in the sale is this magenta Stag. Now, this one is a manual overdrive version, obviously with the hard top and Stag V8 engine. Hillman Minx, 1965, and this is something that probably requires some explanation. Now you're looking at this and you're thinking, well, it's a London taxi. Why has it got a rope?
Why has it got foam bumpers?
Why has it got foam bumpers and foam there? And why are these sills like this, Dale? I don't know if you can see this. And if you come around the back, why does it have an exhaust vent here and a propeller? It's because it's an amphibious taxi. Now, it was used, created from a standard London taxi for an advert for a Zoic, who I think they're a recruitment company, and they used it, and they actually used it on the Thames.
And I think there's a video on YouTube of it.
There is a video on YouTube of it going, so just Google that on YouTube and you'll have a bit of fun.
Again, offered no reserve. So,
no reserve,
quite
brilliant.
Exciting.
This Humber, now what a lovely old bus this is. It's been garaged locally for many years, this Super Snipe. Offered no reserve. You've got the beautiful red leather interior with loads and loads of wood and the rear picnic tables.
Very nice.
I think that's a really great project for someone.
Very original car, isn't it?
It's
not
definitely
been messed about with.
Lovely to see that going back on the road. So moving swiftly on, we're probably already taking a little bit too much time.
I think Dale's staring at us saying get a move on.
So right, we're going to go little Fiat 126 Biz field fine. If you look at UK barn finds, several of these cars have come from there, and it's a fascinating series of videos. They were not barn finds, they were field finds, and Elton and Claire basically dug them out, and you can still see there's a nice little nettle plant in there. Little Skoda 130. Here we have, this is not from the UK barn finds collection, but this is a Morris Mini Cooper Mark II. Great project, always popular. It's an original 68 car, so fascinating to see.
I went to see that, not far from here as well, so quite a local car.
Local car, brilliant.
Been in the garage about 20 odd years, so yeah, really
fascinating
exciting
to see. Early Sirocco GTI, love a Sirocco, and this one is certainly worth saving. MGB GT, now this is a one owner car from new. Yes, it needs restoring, but there can't be many 70s MGs that are just one owner remaining.
Amazing,
manual overdrive,
yeah.
so really worthwhile project. Something that I can honestly say I've never ever sold before. It's an MT&T & Co. Basically it's a tug. If you look at it, it weighs a fair old bit. Engine at the front, you've got this double axle, twin wheel double axle at the back, presumably just for shunting things around a goods yard, an airfield, a
I'm
factory.
sure it's had a life, this
Is
as
it
well.
military? I don't know. It's had a fascinating story, but it'll be lovely to restore that. Great straightforward restoration and take that for shows. Over here, Peugeot 504 pickup.
Again, a one owner, isn't it?
One owner from new, so that's a really fascinating find. And Volkswagen Beetle, one of several in the sale.
Always popular.
So this is a 71 Reliant Regal. Great little project that. Offered no reserve. And another UK barn finds one, Austin A30, no reserve.
I know you like the Mini.
This is a fascinating little project. I've actually known this car probably since just about the first time I was driving.
Really?
So it's been local to me in North Norfolk. Moved around a little bit. It's not been used, as you can see, for many years, but it was a show car. And if you look, it's got a Swift Tune engine in it and Weber carburettor cut back into the bulkhead with a Perspex
access panel
yeah, through there. So just
it.
a really great thing.
And you can imagine when that was done for a show, that would have been like a prize winner, wouldn't
Absolutely, the little bullseye lights on it, really great. So I'd like to think someone will rescue that. So we're now, Dale is pulling us in. So let's go
Where should we
down
go?
to, oh no, do you know what, missed the front row.
it? Ah,
Dale, you're just too
how could
keen.
we?
You're too keen. MGB GT Anniversary. Now this is Deceased Estates, the anniversary model, and this has come from a local home as well.
Been in storage.
Same home as the little Mini. Now, I love this. It's no reserve, little Ford pop, great little number plate on it. We'll sure to see that one later.
we always like a little Reliant, don't we?
Reliant Robin, brilliant. Little Austin Morris Mini 1000. We've got the Morris 10-4. That's a restoration project. As you can see, tax disc in the window, 1979. Was that the last time it was on the road? Quite likely.
They've all got a story. Fiat X19, I do like a Fiat.
They are great. We've got the Fiat X19's big brother in the hall, which we'll have a look at later. Daimler V8 250. Now, we have had that running. It's just being a little bit temperamental at the moment, but that has been running. So that's the V8 automatic. So inside now. So we've had the quiet section, the non-runners. We're now into the halls for the first of the cars that will be driving through. And why don't we start with...
Possibly the loudest?
I don't think possibly the loudest. It's a Ford Dragster. It's a 7.4 litre V8. Look at this. It's certainly been quite customised. It's a real Eiffel. Dale, have a look at the grille. Look at the pedaller's last used as the bumper overriders.
Someone's really gone to town on it, haven't they?
And those rear wheels. I don't think we've had a car in here with rear wheels as wide as that for I don't think forever.
No.
So fascinating. That's the first one through. We're then going through to this Morris Cowley flat nose. Great car. Now we did sell this in the last auction. It was paid for.
Yep.
Our vendor had a change of circumstances, so he's never used it, never actually collected it.
No, I was going to say it hasn't actually left our site, so there's nothing wrong with it. It's not a case of something's been flagged
It's
up.
just being offered again.
Absolutely.
So no problem there. Rather nice Volkswagen Golf Mark 1 GTI Cabriolet. Now, They look nice in white.
Yes, yeah.
One of the only few cars that have a sort of matching white hardtop, then they can carry it off.
Not a lot of cars
well.
can they? I think you've had a couple in your time, haven't you?
I did have a black one, actually. I haven't had a white one. Yeah, rather like this. Really, really super condition. Where are we next? Where's the next one?
I think we are behind us.
No, what number were we there? Let's get it in the right order, just so we can see. 27, there we are, Fred.
228, the Rolls. Now again, quite an interesting one. When you think about value for money, I would argue there is probably not many cars in this hall that can't offer better value for money than this.
Bang for the buck.
£5,000 to £7,000 we've guided it, and incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. I believe our chap drove it here, our vendor, and yeah, it's what a lot of car for the money. Just it's fantastic.
Massive
you could
value.
Cruise about in that and have a real laugh, can you?
Now this is a bit of a curveball. Some of you say, well, why is this in a classic car auction? Now, I run one of these as a modern car, quite a bit more modern than this one. When I had a call from a lovely couple, local couple, and they said that they'd had this car since 2008, and it's only done, I think, 72,000 miles.
72,783.
Just a look at the condition. These
lovely.
cars were bought by people to use, and many of them have been used and abused over the years. This is just super.
Garage kept.
Garage kept, absolutely. They used to keep a little blanket under a blanket as well.
It's lovely. And I think me and you actually took it out for the photos, didn't we, Guy? And
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and we're guiding this at
on.
£2,000 to £4,000. What a lot of cars. 2.5 turbo diesel, quattro, air suspension. Brilliant. Really, really great to see. We then have this 1948 Citroen Traction Avant. Again, such an advanced car in their time. Really, really special.
Quite a keen guide on it as well, 4,000 to 6,000. I mean, we've had some in the past that have done, say, very
8,
well.
9, 10,000.
Yeah.
So this should do well. We're then. Oh no, we actually. Do you know what? We've missed a few, but we'll go out and we'll work around. We'll work around it. This is. Look at this, Dale. V8 central light. It's a Studebaker Commander. Now, two-door, if you can see the upholstery on these seats, doesn't that look like sort of mattress?
Yes, you could say that.
It's great, really, really great to see. Mondeo ST24, future classic, no reserve. Great to see that coming through. I'm going to mention this Morgan. We're a little bit out of sync, but you'll have to bear with us in the hall, but we'll mention all the cars. So this is a special car. We've got a video of this Morgan when it was dropped off by our super vendor. What a
really nice chap,
lovely chap. Now he's owned this car. He bought it brand new in 2002. It's a Le Mans edition. He's had it from new. It's only ever been serviced at the Morgan main dealer, Stratton Motor Company in Long Stratton, and it's done 193,000 miles. I just think that's brilliant. Hopefully that's got many more miles left in it to go. Rover P6 3.5 litre automatic.
A favourite of Jeff's. I always know he's a Rover man.
How many does he say? God, I've had literally hundreds of these.
I think he's lost track now.
Webasto roof.
Yes.
Really, really great to see. Little Citroen Lomax as well. Super to see.
Very low mileage Mini. I think 18,000 miles off the top of my head.
Yeah, and this is a Mini with one owner with wheel trims.
How about that?
Very few of those have come out with wheel trims. I think it's really charming. They're really, really fast becoming a modern future classic.
Yeah.
So back over here is the Daihatsu Coupon. And then we have this little 1961 Austin Healey Sprite. And I'm going to mention this Mercedes SLK 200 compressor. Fabulous, fabulous condition. Mileage, Fred. It's
incredible. I think
real
off the top of my head around 35,000 miles.
Do you know what? I think you are 30. Yeah, around
35,000 miles. Also, I mean, effectively one owner. It was I've been dealing with the son, and it was in his mother's name, so it's been changed over, but family owned from you, effectively.
Great car really to see. Morris Minor convertible. This actually presents really, really well.
They are good, these, actually. They're a bit of fun,
and this is
aren't
a
they?
factory convertible. So
Always
it's
nice
actually
to see.
made from new as a convertible at the factory. BMW E30.
No reserve as
Yep.
well.
Now it's a 325i, so it's the biggest engine they did.
It's the one you want, isn't it?
2.5 litre, straight six, and it's got a manual box. So really, really good to see. Great to see where that will end up. Rolls-Royce Silver Wraith. Now we looked at the Shadow. Now basically the Wraith is the Shadow but slightly longer wheelbase. So you just had a little bit more extra legroom in the back, which means that you can open your picnic tables that little bit much more in comfort. And a lot of the Wraiths were fitted with a Everflex roof. So
Yes.
really, really great looking car.
I must just mention this, the very low mileage, again, XK8, I think they go 30, again around 35.
35, I think,
35
yeah.
again, off the top of my head. In long-term family ownership too, presents really nicely. Often on these XK8s you'll see one, and particularly with this type of interior you'll see a lot of wear. This one's just lovely, it's how it should be.
It's good. It's been really well viewed as well.
Yes, yeah.
Hasn't it? Now this Trance Stag is going to be running and driving through, but it does need some work. It's come from a deceased estate. It's not been used for a while, so you will need to just check it over, do a few little jobs. I think part way through fitting a stereo. So there's a few little jobs it needs, but a really, really good basis here. Really, really fantastic car.
The one owner 530 E34. It's
Well-
again one of my favourites, I have to say. Really, really nice. One owner. I mean, you really.
One
need to
owner's
know
brilliant,
to
but
find
what
one of them.
I think makes this really special is the gearbox, because most of these were fitted with an automatic box, but this
Manual.
is a manual. Really, really great to see. Fascinating car.
Yes, yeah.
Again, that's been really well viewed. Just here is this T2 bay window camper with a little pop top.
Again, that's one I went to see, not too far from here as well, and yeah, chap's had it
Going
quite a long time. so-
Six to eight with that. Now let's whip down here to where we ended, and then just carry on. So, lot 245, this Austin 7 Opal. Now, an Austin 7 is always charming. With the roof that drops down like this, great.
Yes. yeah.
I would have to just take these off because they do look so much nicer with them off.
Without
But
them, yeah.
the weather gear is great for when you get caught, but really, really good to see. Mercedes 190E, £2,000 to £2,500. I love these 190s. They are so well made, hewn from solid rock, so really, really good to
And
see.
I believe this is the one that has a really, really tidy interior as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, nicely
Well,
presented.
we've got some nice ones in of the 190s. Now, this Volvo Amazon entered no reserve.
Fantastic.
Now
What
this
are those
does-
seats out of, Guy?
I don't know what they're out of, but they fit it really, really
Yeah.
well.
They seem to.
Alloy wheels, which set it off, and it's a 122S Rudd Speed, so really, really special car. Reliant Scimitar GTC manual. Now, not been on the road for quite some time.
Quite some time, yeah.
Does run and drive.
Yeah.
Does want some paintwork, but a rare car being the GTC, obviously the convertible. We've got this little Massey Ferguson 35 Vineyard tractor, and just here is a Land Rover Series 2A. Now, if you were to look at the front, there's some features on this. You think, oh, it's Series 3. Well, it's not. It's actually a very, very late 2A. So it did have the lights in the wings, which they had on the Series 3. But it's a very late Series 2A. Been in North Norfolk, was sent up to North Norfolk, I think, in the 90s, on a farm. Our vendor, who is a serious Land Rover aficionado, very, very reluctant seller, supplied by Sturgis of Leicester, indicated 30,000 miles. Now we can't back that up, but he said, honestly, how it drives,
It's got all
and
the signs for it.
and it's not got that a lot of play in it. You know, he thinks it's right. It's a great Land Rover. We're now coming out here, MGC
MGC.
GT.
we've got two in this sale, haven't we?
We do.
Yeah.
We do indeed.
But yeah, I think this one. Don't think I took this one out actually, but yeah,
Great looking car. I think it's one of the
Always
best colours they did for a seat. Look at the interior. It's obviously been re-trimmed. You've got new carpets, new seats in there. Really, really super to see. Now,
lovely little Triumph.
another car that Jeff would say.
Yes, he's had however many of. Triumph 2000 automatic. Yeah, quite an unusual one. Mark 1.
Yeah, Mark 1 with this front's quite. I really like the look of the Mark 1.
In fact, we again going back to ones we've had before. I think that was 15 years ago we sold this, so they do come back eventually. But yeah, again, you know, a sort of nicely presented one. Yes, there is a few bits you do to it here and there, but a usable
Yeah,
car.
I think that's fair to say. Mercedes 124 series. It's an E220 saloon, 5-speed manual, super condition. Really, really interesting car. So it's down as a 1999. I will just have to make a note. I've just seen that on there. It's not a 1999. It's actually a 1996 car. So I think we'll have to just update that. 1985 little Austin Mini 1000 City E. That's been a few little sporting. They look like Dunlop alloy wheels. You've got the sort of wheel arch
Again,
extensions.
it's very popular with minis. People will make them look Cooper type, won't they?
Yeah.
Do bits and pieces to them. I think our vendor actually used this as a sort of daily driver effectively. So
Great little car. 2,500 to 3,000 or 2,000 to 2,500. BMW E36.
Nice
Again,
mileage on that. I think
great
60
mileage. Another BMW, the 645 Ci automatic. A huge amount of car for the money. Vauxhall FB, the VX 490. Now I think we've got two of these in the sale, so this is one of them. So we'll come to the other one.
MGB, always
Bright,
popular.
lovely
yes,
colour.
Yeah, I like it. It can be a little bit controversial, but I like it.
No, I love the colour.
Yeah.
Absolutely. BMW 633 CSI automatic, fabulous shape with that sort of shark nose front. Vauxhall Calibra.
You don't see many of them anymore, do you?
They've just all vanished. Jaguar XKR, this is the 4.2 litre.
Rover 420 is one owner.
Yep, one owner. That's the SLI model. One of about 4 or 5 Spitfires in the sale. This is a little 1500 in white, so that's good to see.
We were saying how many Spitfires suddenly crop up, but they're a popular classic, British classic. And the nice thing is you get the bits.
I cut my teeth on a Spitfire.
You like a Spitfire?
So, yeah, we've got a soft spot for them. Little Citroen 2CV van, really good to see. Great little project there. The Alfa Romeo Spider,
no reserve.
That's the 2 litre twin spark, and the C180 Mercedes. Now this is a supercar, really low mileage. I think it's about 50,
52,
53,
58,000.
Yeah. So fabulous little future classic. We've got another Hillman Minx Jaguar S-Type, and I'm going to make mention of this now. Dan, if you just have a look in here, if you could. So it's an MX-5. You think, oh, just a standard little MX-5. Oh no, she's not. So this has had a fortune spent on it, basically preparing it for track use. So if you want a bit of fun, a car that you can use on the road, drive, have a track day, this could be just for you.
And again, very affordable, no reserve.
Absolutely, spare set of wheels with it. Jaguar XJ S, I love those.
Always
great,
popular.
Great shape.
Commercials always do very well here at
They do,
ACA.
and it's a Ford, it's a Transit, probably the most popular commercial brand in the UK.
I think they used to say back in the day, was it 90% of bank robberies were done in a Transit?
So don't do that, because there's no banks. They've all been closed.
Yeah.
So
you have to do it online now.
It's quite interesting. I suppose if you look at the statistics as to the number of bank robberies dropping down, it's because there's no banks. Yesterday I tried to find a cash machine on the way home.
Good luck with that.
Impossible. Faking them, should be ashamed of yourself. Right, Ford Transit bonus, I like that.
The F-150.
F-150, I'm not going to mention this badge.
Keep your hand lent on it.
Look at that, 5.4 litre V8 pickup. Okay, I'm not particularly tall, but it's huge. Real eyeful.
You can't miss it.
One of several Land Rovers in the sale. This is a 110 Defender, and that's the double cab pickup.
And I think it does come with a plate, actually, doesn't it?
Yep, P19 wet. Toyota Hilux. Now, this is an early Hilux, 1983.
Again, we've had some really good results in the past with these.
We have. So this is a Mark 1. I love it. They are fabulous. Just look at that interior. So simple, Fred. You know, you could literally hose that down.
Yes, yeah, very built for a purpose, isn't it?
Absolutely. Super solid. Great to see. And we've got another little grey, well, another one. We've got a grey Fergie tractor here. So that's the second tractor. Now, we're not going to go through everything here. We're going to stand. So Audi TT Quattro, little Figaro,
Project,
BMW E36, Land Rover 110 at the back.
The 190
and
again.
We've got, is that a 110 or is that a 130? So 130 as well. We've got a 110, a 130, Range Rover P38.
And we have to mention the Transit camper as well, the Jennings.
This is, so Jennings of Sandbach did the coach work. I actually had a fire engine, a Comma fire engine, that had the same coach. It was by Jennings of Sandbach, so just little bits to stick in your mind. But fabulous thing, V6.
It's all properly kitted out as well, isn't
It's great.
It's,
It really, really is lovely. We'll go to the front. So another Mercedes 190E. Now, this is a super car. Again, just saying how much we like the 190Es. Done 116, or showing 116. SLK 230, brilliant, vibrant red. We've got the Jeep Wrangler 2006.
Had quite a bit of interest in that again, I will say.
Yes, that's done well. This little Land Rover, we've got a couple of Land Rovers here. So this is a Series 2A short wheelbase, at 88 inch. And then we've got a Series 3 short wheelbase, 88 inch. Now this started off in the military and was released from the military in about 1990. So that's good to see. We've got the Volkswagen. Now this is microbus camper. So this is the 5-cylinder. Quite a late one if you look at it. So it's a 1998. I think it's absolutely fabulous. So it's the Audi 5-cylinder engine. Wants a little bit of paintwork, but be great to see. If you go around there, Fred, or just go around the front of that Range Rover, you can lead and go around. It's always hard to work your way around these.
We've got the Chevy van, which I think we've guided 3,000 to 4,000. Yeah, bit of fun, isn't it? Also, we've got so much in this sale. As I say, we've got the T25. Again, we've had that previously, but I think just change of heart. Our vendors used it and enjoyed it, and we've got the Discovery as well. And again, sometimes you might think, well, why is that in the classic? Well, future classics certainly, and these really are sort of becoming of an age. How many do you see anymore?
And it's a V8.
V8 as well.
You know,
sounds
brilliant.
the part. It's spot on. So we like that. Are we heading back that way?
Yeah, don't forget the Ford Econoline van.
Ford Econoline.
The E150.
No reserve as well.
And then 2 more P38 Range Rovers, just here. Now, we're going to do 2 rows at a time, yeah? If that suits you. Now, we haven't done the cars in the back row there, but we can mention those as well. Sahara. Sahara? Going with that?
I believe so, yes.
MGB GT. Lovely little Focus ST 170. Mercedes S55 AMG. MGB GT V8.
Amazing, isn't it?
Really, really great to see.
I really like that, actually, the Escort van.
Escort van.
A Survivor. There's a couple of things, but you can tell
it's in good condition.
That's
a little dent in the back, but I like that. Subaru Impreza WRX, Impreza Jaguar XJS. This is interesting. Left-hand drive. It's a CE Mercedes.
And a manual.
And it's 5-speed manual. And it's been used, as you can see, for rallying. So you've got a lot of trick bits in there already.
I took that out for the photos actually, and yeah, you can tell someone's had a bit of fun with it. So you got all the timers and everything in it as well.
Mercedes CLK 320.
Yeah.
Another Focus ST 170. Little future classic Audi A3 and a Rover 420. And then we have this Mercedes 190. I think we're just dwelling on 190, but I do like a 190. Super interior. Right, little Ford street car.
Again, we've had some low mileage ones in the past.
We have
do really
indeed.
well
In
of
fact,
those.
the last auction we had a really low mileage one that sold
Yeah.
very well. BMW E36 convertible, Trans Spitfire, which you mentioned, and I'm going to mention this Jaguar. So it's not been used for a few years, so it will require some recommissioning work. It's 3.4. In actually really quite decent condition. Wants a little bit of work.
Must mention the seats.
Yeah, fabulous cloth interior in first class order. Vinyl roof with a Webasto.
Again, in good condition as well, which is the important bit on these.
Super. So going down from there, which we haven't mentioned, the Astra convertible, the Mark II. Let's just mention them all whilst we're here, just so you can say we haven't missed them off. I'm going to bring your attention to this Mercedes. Now that's the V12 twin turbo.
It is the sort of creme de la creme of top spec.
Yeah, S-Class. Saab 9000, I've got a real soft spot for those. The Mercedes SL 500. How about a little Nissan Sunny 1.6 LX, Citroen Xara,
Yeah.
the Fiesta LX.
Fiat 126 as well.
I really like the Fiat 126. Mazda MX-5, Mercedes C180, another Vauxhall VX 490, Audi TT, and an MGB. So that finishes up there. Now let's do 2 rows at a time. So if we come through here, what a fabulous car. So this Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. Now this has a rather unusual interior. First glance out, it's just standard. But Harold Radford, it was supplied new to them. This is their Countryman edition. So I believe that the front seats fold down to make a bed and the rear seats fold forward so you can get big things in the boot for picnic tables and such like. Now we know it was supplied new to a gentleman. I think I was looking.
I was going to say, you did quite a bit of research on this one, didn't you?
And apart from being a director of Rio Tinto, he owned a big estate. But by 1968, we know that this was registered and owned by Maida Vale. Now, obviously, it's BBC Studios, so who's been in it, we don't know.
Amazing.
Smart Roadster. Who could say that's not a future classic?
Quite a clean car as well, sensible mileage.
Certainly. I'll let you say these ones.
Yeah, so we've got the Mercedes. Again, also, Mercedes of these generation, I will just say, this is the ultimate era, basically. This is the bulletproof reliability.
When they
were at their best.
When Mercedes were Mercedes.
And we do like an estate as
yes. 124 estate.
A little one owner pickup. I think it's been owned by the council, hasn't it? So
it's fabulous.
It's had some use, but quite an unusual thing.
If you read it closely, you'll guess who. It's the Heacham Parish Council.
Ah, there you are.
Citroen XM.
Project, yeah.
Alfa Romeo Spider.
No reserve entry, yeah.
Now we've sold this before. It's coming back. Why have a 4-door Mercedes when you can have a 6-door Mercedes? This limousine, really, really fabulous to see.
So good, isn't it?
It does.
XJR, sportier one.
4 litre. BMW E46 M3.
Must just mention the very low mileage
12,000 miles.
Interior is so clean on it. Well, the rest of the car is so clean, but
it's beautiful.
Again, and the funny thing is, you could say buy that, quite happily run about in it, and and
they drive well. This little 1972 Volkswagen Beetle as well, and then we'll go down from here, and we'll do 2 more rows. Over to you, Freddie.
Oh, you've got to love the Honda, haven't you? It's brilliant.
We've sold a few of these, haven't we?
I was going to say, we have actually it's a car you wouldn't think we've had a few of, but we have. So Guy did it 6 to 8, obviously had a older restoration, but what bit fun. Yeah.
Yep, love it. Another Triumph Stag. This one is fitted, I think, with a Rover V8 engine.
That is, yes.
Yes, it is. Interestingly, normally when they have a Rover V8 fitted, they have a bonnet bulge. This doesn't, so that works. Mazda MX-5, great colour,
Future
blue.
classic.
Vauxhall Amiga, that's the V6.
Yeah.
Mercedes SL.
The Daimler.
Daimler's the XJ40 shape.
And you've got the tray tables in the back, which again, best part, I think.
Absolutely, and it's namesake the Jaguar. So the Jaguar and Daimler, both the XJ40 shape. This is a very interesting car. It's the Citroen Saxo. I think they're a wonderful, sporty little number. And this one, being the VTS, is, I think it's only quite low mileage as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Finished in magenta. I can't quite see it from here.
Guided. We've guided at 5 to 7 and 64,000 miles.
Yeah,
so very
fabulous
sensible.
mileage.
I mean, when you think that's 1998, it's really not a lot, is it?
Yeah, after you. So
yeah, so we've got Citroen again. I love these because you've got the key code in the middle of the dash.
Oh yes.
When Dan was doing the photos, he seemed quite puzzled, and I told him, I said, I shall explain with that one. He was rather baffled, but I think he liked it.
Another little 318 CI.
Capri, always
Capri
popular.
2.8 injection. So you know everybody loves the Capri. Another Trans Spitfire. Jaguar XK
And
4.2.
speaking of Capris, a Mark 1, a very early one, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, technically, we're now getting in. Although this is a Sunday car, we'll still keep going through.
Okay. Yep.
We've got a Mark 1 MR2. This Mark 1 Capri. So two Mark 1s. Another Trans. Oh no, hold on. Where are we? We're going that row.
Yep.
Another CLK Mercedes.
Yep.
MX-5.
MX-5.
So
always
you
popular.
lead down there and I'll talk from here. That'll be the easiest way.
MX-5, the Citroen GS Palace. It's a bit of a project, but you can do a few bits to it. No reserve entry, quite exciting.
So look at the colour.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I say you've got to go bold with classics. I keep saying this.
Absolutely. Now that's a bit of a curveball.
Mazda.
I'm going to say
MX-6. Yeah.
MX-6 with the V6, 2.5 litre. So
yeah,
quite
that's
rare.
Really quite cool. This course is very clean. I have to say, I was looking around it earlier and really well presented. It's,
Yes,
you know,
it does present very, very well. Mercedes E500.
Audi TT.
Another Audi TT. Here we've got another MX-5. We've got a bit of a project there, the Bentley 8, and this 1979 Daihatsu F20 or Taft. A lot of interest in that, guiding that £3,000 to £5,000.
That's really quite cool, isn't it?
That is indeed. I'll
And I
find a little
think
gap
we're
to get
back
through.
on this side now.
So you lead on.
Well, so we've got the Studebaker as well. Again, so cool. The Lancia. Now I have
Yes.
to say this was really
Late entry.
Yeah, the Beta. Now again, paint and bodywork. Yes, you'd want to do it, but you know I think
What did we go in that 2,000 to 3,000?
It's sensible, isn't it?
Why not?
Yeah,
Why didn't you buy a piece of Italian fun? I think these are a really, really good car. This is the 330 Ci automatic. A really just real solid feel driving these. Guiding at £2,000 to £3,000.
The MGB Roadsters had a lot of work. I think new tyres fitted recently as well.
Yeah, so that was a rubber bumper car, wasn't it?
Yes.
Converted to chrome.
And no reserve again.
Another UK car, so that's the BRM. So the Rover 200 BRM.
With the orange grille at the front, you can
It
always
is.
recognise them.
Does need some work. It has been a sort of neglected for some time, but no reserve. Great to see where that ends up. The XK8 convertible, fabulous colour.
Again, a no reserve one.
Now this is quite interesting. It's a BMW Z4. It's a 3 litre manual. So it's a 2009 car. Really, really quite, in good condition. Presents
for the mileage.
presents really well.
Say presents really well. Took it out for the photos. So roof works all fine as well.
We're going in that 4 to 6.
And I also think with these, I think they've aged quite well. They still look modern.
They do.
Yeah.
Oh, now look at that.
You can't miss it. I think.
Do a couple of laps.
I was still walking past it, and it hadn't moved. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? The old Mercury.
Really great to see. 2 doors, and this little sort of mildly customised MGB Roadster.
Yeah.
Super to see that. So we're now going over to this.
Now tell me about these guys.
Okay, so earlier this year, I went down to London.
Yes.
And in various garages, down a cul-de-sac, at the end, and you'd never have known, was this collection of GPO vehicles. So it's a fabulous collection. They're all have come up to Norfolk to be sold. It's something I think we like, but do have a look at the photos so you can actually see in the back. You've got the Anglia van, you've got this 47 Morris commercial, hugely popular, the Morris JB van. Now this is a planning van with the windows, so it's brilliant. And then the little Morris Minor van.
And I have to say, whoever buys these, I really, really hope, yes, of course, you know, it's going to want recommissioning on all of these, but I really hope whoever buys them keeps them as original as they can be.
Absolutely, and I really hope whoever buys them all.
Yes.
And so they stay together.
That'd be lovely.
So yeah, back inside now. So we are back inside and under strict instructions from Dale not to dawdle or dwell too much.
Who can blame us though? I mean, with the amount of cars here, I think it's only right that we do get distracted.
Well, it's so easily
easily done.
Easily done. Anyhow, but we won't dawdle. So this little Austin 7 Nippy, great to see. Really, really fabulous looking car. Moving on to this Westfield 7 SE. Offering that no reserve.
Yeah.
It's been stood for a while, but I really think you could polish a few pounds into this. It's just been neglected, but
they don't take a lot, do they?
No,
at all?
No, really, really good to see.
Now this is an exciting one.
Exciting one. So beside me is this 1966 Mark I Ford Cortina. Local, cars come locally. I love the Essex number plate. Yes, I'm sure it's had an interesting past, possibly a little bit of motorsport use, may have been reshelled in its day as well, but
a lot of them have.
Yeah. A very, very interesting car.
And we've had some real interest on this.
Huge interest.
73 Capri Mark 1 3-litre GXL, so it's the one you want.
It's the one to have. I love the little period ducktail spoiler on the back, the period Santa Pod stickers. It's been neglected in a garage for many years, offered no reserve. Really, really fabulous to see.
Now this is really nice. Well, this BSA T9, it's been restored, but we are offering it as a non-runner. There will be some mechanical work to go through just to finish it off. But I mean, majority of it, it's all there, isn't it? As I say, the hard work has been done effectively.
Absolutely.
Just want some mechanical work going through. But 8 to 10, I think that's a really, really good start.
BSA, everybody associates them with motorbikes. Yeah. This is cars, and it's Birmingham small arms.
I think you were told, weren't you, Guy?
Porsche 911, 1972. Again, this has come from a deceased estate. Interesting car. It's been post-dated, possibly been reshelled. Very sensible guide. Close viewing recommended, 15 to 20,000.
And I was going to say, not to sound like a broken record, the amount of interest we've had telephone-wise.
Huge.
I would say, in fact, this row here is probably one of our most inquired about sections.
Yeah, I think that would be a valid point. The AC Buckland Tourer, really rare car, really, really great to see. And one of my favourite cars in the sale,
the Alvis,
is this. So it's a Speed 25 Charlesworth Saloon. Now look at that engine. Doesn't that just speak quality? Straight six. So many of these cars, these saloons, have been turned into specials.
Yes.
So it'd be lovely if this stays as a saloon.
And I was going to say, when we had the initial photo sent across to us, it was actually in the garage in situ. And it's just, again, we always get excited by these garage finds. What a great project. No reserve again.
But when it came, like the radiator grill, the bonnet wasn't on. So we've just pieced it together just for display purposes. But what a great looking car. Now here's for something completely different. I'm going to say is lot 650, the Flintmobile. Now this was made by a friend of mine for his son, who, when he was a lot younger, suffered with cancer, and there was a charity whilst he was in hospital called Samuel's Charity, a very, very worthwhile charity, and they did a few things for him which he was very, very grateful for. When he grew up and he finished high school, his dad built him this, and it actually is foot propelled. It does steer, believe it or not, and he took it to his school prom. There is a video, which will be on the website, of him attending the school prom. School prom season is coming up, but all proceeds, 100% of all the proceeds and our buyer's premium will be going to Samuel's charity. So even if you don't want it, bid on it. Please bid. Really worthwhile cause and a bit of fun. So if you're out there wondering, well, I don't know what else to buy, this is perfect.
And I have to say, I'm going to love whoever buys it to collect it. That's going to be an interesting one to see what their
drive it home,
drive it into the sunset.
Another Triumph Stag project. A lot of work's been done on this. Quite a bit needs to be finished, but obviously the shell's been done and painted.
Paint and bodywork done. You've got loads of bits and pieces in there.
Great to see.
Be an interesting one.
We're not leaving you behind, Fred.
No.
I think Dale's on a mission.
He's on a mission.
So we're into the main hall.
Now, are we starting with this MG Midget?
We are in here.
What's quite interesting, I did the write-up description on this. So I was going through all the paperwork. And I say it was bought, I think, about 1996, and there was actually a photo in there of where it was bought. Again, a sort of garage find, basically a shell. And whoever did it did a fantastic job. There's lots of receipts in there for the work that was done. Finished in 2001, so he spent a few years restoring it. But since it'd been restored, so this was back in 2001 when it was finished, it's only done around 260 odd miles, I think, since then, which is incredible.
Fabulous mileage in that time. I had a look through the history file briefly, and there was a few familiar names from some really old invoices. Cox and Perry, who were very well known in the day, and Curtis Garage in Overstrand, who are still going strong, have done some work on this back in the day as well. So yeah, some great familiar names. Good to see.
Names to see.
Car I really like in the sale is this Riley Monaco. Now it's a 33 model in black. That fabulous interior, Freddie. Isn't it super?
It's super, isn't it?
It just...
You can smell it from here. The leather,
just
the wood.
quality.
It just is spot on.
And no reserve. Super to see. Car that's had a lot of interest as well as this Capri 2-litre laser. Now this is in super condition, isn't it? It really is. It's a car we took to Stoddy when we went to the car show there. Had a lot of attention. 53,000 miles. It's been part of a collection.
Super clean, condition. Isn't it? As well.
Really like that. Great to see. Then we're going to go over here to this Porsche 944 Cabriolet. Manual car. We actually sold this probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe even a few more years ago than that. Still in lovely condition.
And I like it in white as well.
I think it really sets it off.
Bit
really
different.
Suits it.
This one, I had, sorry to jump, this TF, I was, it's one of those cars, now obviously we have a lot going on here at ACA, but it was last week, Jeff made a mention of it, and as I was walking past, I did stop actually for a couple of moments, and I was really impressed by it. It's just a really nice car.
Super condition. Really great example. We've got this Triumph TR6. Now, it's one of two very similar TR6s in the sale. This one's coming out. I mean, they're such a brilliant example of a British sports car.
Yes.
Hairy chest, just like the Austin Healey. That's the 3000 Mark 1 BT7. Yeah, fabulous car, great to see. How about this, Dale? Just come and look, go past the colour, which I simply adore, and check out the steering wheel. You know, why do we have 3 or 4 spoke steering wheels when you can just have one?
Absolutely.
Gotta love the French for that. I'll mention these cars later. Maserati Ghibli, great. Those fat rear arches and those slightly flared front arches, really like that. It's 2.8 V6. Rare car over here.
Yeah.
So,
and as you were saying, actually a lot more desirable than the bi-turbo.
I think this is just a little bit more sophisticated.
Yes.
Car that's had huge interest is this Ford Sierra RS Cosworth. Now, again, we did feature this in a video before. We believe it's an original press car.
Yes.
Ford, registered to Ford for the first, I think, 11 or so months, then sold to its only other recorded keeper, and it remains in that registered name ever since. So it's essentially a two-owner car.
It's had quite a lot of mechanical work done to it. I was speaking to the vendor and he said effectively he wanted it mechanically road ready, but he wanted to leave the paintwork and the bodywork as it is. He didn't want to hide anything.
It's easy for someone to do, to cover it up, but this is just honest.
Yes, and I think it's better that way because you know what you're working with. It's all visible, it's all there.
I'm in agreement with you on that. Look at this beautiful car.
Oh, it's just lovely, isn't it?
What a shape. I think a few people have had their eyes turned for this little Alfetta. Really, really fabulous.
Stunning colour as well.
And the bodywork is in super condition. Great paintwork. In front of it is this little Morris Minor. Now, it's a little two-door Morris Minor. Super tidy interior. Nice on the paintwork. Great car, ready to use and enjoy this summer.
We've got the Cosworth.
Mercedes Cosworth. Now, I love a Cosworth. A 190, we were talking about this 2.3 Cosworth, 1987.
Yes.
Now, it's quite interesting. I'm just going to make mention here of where it's paired next to. So 1986, the M535i.
Its rival, basically.
Its rival. So, so they're here.
Yeah, I have to say, for me, it's the Mercedes. You've also got the dogleg gearbox as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, just look at the leather. It's so cool, so cool. Again, we've had a couple go through in the past.
Sold very, very well.
Sold well. This is rather interesting for Ford fans out there. The Escort 1600 Estate.
Liveried as a Mexico.
Yes.
I don't believe they ever made a Mexico
no.
Estate, but again, a real eye catcher. So a lot of interest in that.
Cortina.
Yeah, this little Mini, it's 1963, so it's an early Mark I Mini. It's been in Norwich for many, many years. I went to see that. Fabulous little car, really long-term ownership. Who doesn't like a Mini? And locally registered as well. The Ford Cortina Crusader, fabulous condition. That really is a nice car. And the 2001 Piaggio Ape van. Now this is just one owner, and it's only covered something like 463 miles.
Amazing. These are typically, little coffee vans and things.
But this has just never been used, and it's been in the UK since 2001. It's not a recent import. This is actually UK. Now I'm going to get on to this little collection. Now it's a retirement sale. Two lovely chaps, two brothers, who are retiring, and these vehicles have been used for their business in the film industry. So they've been in such pieces as Call the Midwife. To be fair, we've got a whole list, whole list.
Yeah.
Starting with this Reliant Regal, which I think was used.
did take down the road, I have to say.
You went down?
Yes,
brilliant.
Yeah, that was rather entertaining.
With its original seats, so that's really, really great to see.
Yeah, and what I would say as well, with film cars, what people often overlook actually is being film cars, they need to be reliable. They need to work. There's no good someone ringing up on the day saying, you've sent me this and it's not working.
Well, I think this is the point in case. So this Morris, the Z van here, Series E, now it doesn't look like it's on the road. You know, it's got that real wonderful, and I hate the word patina, but this is 100% accurate when you can really, really use it.
Yeah.
It is a real period piece, but starts on the button. You know, bombs along, great little thing, love it. Over here, Dale, we've got this pair of Bedfords, the little CA van, and we've got this CA pickup. And we'll just go to the back. So they've got the CA pickup, currently as a milk float, and the Fordson E83 truck. But if we go to the back, you'll see...
I have to say, I love all the bottles. It's fantastic, isn't it?
So, because they were film vehicles, they were interchangeable. So this could also be converted to a bin lorry. There's a fully working Harvey Frost recovery crane which can go on. There's also just the pickup size, you know, then so it can be a van. So there's some really interesting, lot of options. So do have a look at the website. This milk's not gone off.
No.
It's just PVA. So I think we'll then start at the back over here, Fred, and work our way down. So I'm going to start with this little Austin 7. Now it's a big 7. It's still not particularly large,
yes,
but it is a big 7. And this has come from a local owner. He purchased it quite some years ago, I think back in the
I think 60, 64 I've got on here. And it was laid
no,
up
he didn't buy it. No, he bought it in 97.
Ah, right.
Sorry, yeah, so he bought it in 97. Prior to that, it hasn't had many owners, but I think the first owner did something like 200,000 miles in it, then sold it to the son of his brother-in-law who did another 75,000 miles. But, you know, fascinating history. It's had a lot of money spent on it. It's not been used much in recent years. I think we'll want a little bit of attention going through it, just a little bit of fettling to the engine. But great little car. The Delahaye here, all this wood, it's almost like a boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Very traditional, very unusual. The Maserati I've just got to mention, I think this possibly wins Best Interior Award.
Best Interior, hands down, Fred. Any car here. I'll just see if we can poke in there. Look at that. How comfortable is that? It's a V8 Maserati 4-door saloon. Doesn't get much cooler than that. Jaguar XJ6. This is supercar owned by one of our local people's fathers.
Yes.
So
nicely presented as well.
Really nicely presented. I think he drove it quite a way here. So yeah, really great car. Long-term ownership.
We've got the Mercedes. This is the SL600. So again, top spec basically. You've got the hardtop with it. Quite a nice colour combination as well with the kind of tan interior. Yep. And yeah, again, a lot of car for the money. Yeah,
600 is a rare car as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the one you want. This is our other NGC, which I drove this for the photos.
I think you came back and said I really enjoyed that.
I had to say it was spot on driving, absolutely spot on.
Brilliant. Well, that's an accolade. Now we've done this road, BMW E36 M3 Evolution.
79,000 miles, I think, off the top of my head.
With the hard top. With the Vader seats.
Vader seats, yeah.
With the manual box. Ticks all the boxes. How about the Nissan?
Yes. Yeah.
GTR.
Now this is one, it's funny, isn't it? Because looking around these cars, Guy, it's easy to forget, because bearing in mind some of these cars may have been here for a month or so in the lead up to our sale. So it's one of those ones that when we walk around, I'm like, oh yes, I almost forgot about that.
Isn't it a big car?
Yeah. It's it looks the part. And,
so I'm then going to say we'll go back over here, Dale, if we may, because we got a little bit out of kilter, and we'll start with this fabulous Alfa Romeo. Now, GTC, it's an original right-hand drive car, one of only I think there's about 100 or so, 99 made in right-hand drive. We're guiding it 50 to 60,000. Beautiful car.
I have to say,
hands down,
if anyone
beautiful.
Would like to argue the fact that this probably isn't the most prettiest car here, I'd beg to differ.
No, love it. Really love it. The Morris Cowley bullnose over there.
Yeah.
And the 1940 Metz Rotor, by far the oldest car in the set, apart from the Flintmobile.
Yes.
Mercedes, the R107 380 SL, 1984. Great to see, really fabulous condition.
I think
good paint, lovely interior.
Yeah, I think that's spent its life initially in America and then went over to Greece for some time as well.
Yeah, it's had a charmed life.
Yes, yeah, it's travelled the globe and now here in Kings Lynn.
Excellent. Series 1 E-Type. Now, I think this is E-Type Coupe. We're guiding this very attractively, 34 to 38,000 pounds.
Our vendor drove it to the sale as well, didn't he?
Yeah, so yeah, it is non-matching engine number, but it's a manual coupe, it's a left to right conversion. Driven to the sale, long-term ownership, proper driving car, this one.
Yes.
I would be happy to own that. Really, really, really like that. We're then going to mention just quickly this 1936 MG TA. Now that's a very, very early TA, narrow wing model. That's been in Holland, that's been in America, and it's been in England. So again, well travelled.
And I have to say, whoever's done the restoration on this, superb. Really, really nice. Again, I was lucky enough to take this out for the photos, and yeah, I was very impressed.
Yep, super car. Now, a car I really love in this sale is this 1969 Mercedes 280 SE Cabriolet. Now, purchased by our vendor, a lovely, lovely lady, some 20 odd years ago, I think about 2002, 2003. She's had it all this time. She spent some money on it, hasn't used it much, but she did tell me when her daughter turned 17, she did actually let her daughter use this to go to school in and park up. And I think she must have been the coolest 17-year-old in the world going to school in this. But
definitely.
Beautiful, beautiful car.
And we took this to the show at Sandringham, didn't we?
We did.
Which
yeah,
was,
you drove.
I did, yes, and again got a lot of attention, a lot of people looking, so that'll be really exciting to see where that one ends up.
Now, fabulous Ford Capri. Now it's a 3-litre S with just 42,000 miles on the clock. Have a look at the interior. It's in fabulous condition.
So clean, isn't it?
Look at that. Just been MOT'd this week. But yeah, really, 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 really special car. Great to see. One of my favourites in the sale. I think, Fred, possibly one of your favourites also. We did take this down the road. It's the 308 GT4 Dino. So, to my mind, this is a shape that has really matured. Really, really matured. Everybody raves on about the slightly later 308s and 328s. But to me, this is pure. And when I was younger, I think, as I said, I didn't like this.
No.
But it's really grown into me.
But you also did have one. So
I did have
I think
one.
that stands testament to how much you changed your mind with them. And also, the other thing is, I mean, Ferrari ownership, you never think cheap necessarily, but 36 to 40,000 pounds as a guide, that's
quite manageable.
Yeah.
And it appears to be in really, really fine condition.
And our vendor drove it from the sale, I think about 90 miles.
90 miles.
Yeah.
So that's great to see. Now, 1998 Aston Martin V8 Volante, not to be confused with the Virage.
No.
So this is the long wheelbase version with this beautiful little cam tail and the quad rear lights. Very, very special car and a very, very rare car. Right-hand drive, fabulous condition. One of my favourites. I keep saying that, but it's true. I just get distracted. Now, can I mention?
I was going to say, Guy, I'll let you talk about how can we miss the Aston.
So we're delighted. We're really delighted to have the chance to offer this Aston Martin. Now, it's been owned by our vendor for a very, very, very long time. Lovely gentleman. He's had it since the 70s. He's not used it too much. It's not been used and abused. I've driven it. I enjoyed it greatly. We've taken this to Stoddy. We've taken it to Sandringham. It's the iconic car. It's the perfect colour. And it's your chance to own a genuine Aston Martin DB5 that has never been on the open market. When our vendor bought it, he bought it from a friend of his. So, you know, it's
always nice to see that it's not been on the open market.
Yep.
This is its first time.
First time out.
I think we're really lucky here at ACA as well to have such a range of vehicles as well with this. But as I say, DB5, we have sold one before.
Yeah, we did. We had one a few years back. So, let's see where that goes. But a fabulous opportunity to have the DB5.
Now,
again, waxing lyrical, Fred.
I keep saying it. I know I keep saying it, and I'm sure everyone at home is going to think they're all our favourites. But this one was really one of them. The Alfa Romeo 75
V6.
V6, yes. And again, find another. These have just vanished. They've gone.
They have vanished. There's only a handful left. It's 3 litre V6. I just think it's
so good.
It's fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So from one red beauty
to another Italian red beauty as well,
yes.
keeping the Italian theme going. Now, Fiat Coupe, I know Andy was twitching over it earlier because he certainly likes a Fiat Coupe, but one owner.
One owner, and that, that makes it really quite special. So if you fancy one for your collection, a one owner car, one of these.
35,000 miles.
So one to tuck away perhaps. Volvo P1800S. I'm not Roger Moore, but if you remember Roger Moore, well, driving one of these in the Saint, fabulous. How about a 996 turbo, about 59,000 miles, one owner car, manual, fabulous, great to see.
And we were saying, Guy, again, price-wise, we thought that was really competitive at that.
I do now. Daimler 66 also. I was listening to Mark do a walk around on this car earlier, and he said that's a really nice car. So fabulous to see, great interior, lovely Everflex roof, TVR Chimera.
One for Jeff.
One for Jeff. The Daimler DB17 Tickford drop head, and then we've got the little Austin 7 Ruby at the back, and we have the 2015 Land Rover Defender.
Super low mileage.
Super, yeah, it's about 30, I can't, my eyes, 28,000 miles, there we are, lovely. And I'm going to make mention of this rather large car. So we always have large American cars here. Very rare for us to get a large British car, but this is a Rolls-Royce Phantom 6 limousine. It didn't get any better than this.
No, this
in terms
was
of the British car hierarchy. Twin phones.
Yes, I can.
You've got one there. Love it. And the intercom. You've got the centre division. It's great. Yes, it wants some paintwork, but what a rare car. And I think that's the first time we've ever had a Phantom 6 at ACA.
Really?
Right, we really need to whistle stop.
I was going to say the evening is running away, but we'll.
Datsun 260Z, great car, long-term ownership, manual box, really great to see.
The Hawk was again another one we took to Sandringham.
Took to Sandringham. The little long-term ownership 64 Morris Mini, really loved that car. Drives spot on
and been done nicely.
2008 Astra VXR Nürburgring, 35,000 miles, one to tuck away for the future, I do believe.
Definitely a really good future.
MGA Coupe,
yeah.
The little Rover Mini Automatic. How about the
Sierra?
Ford Sierra Sapphire Cosworth, guiding 16 to 18. The 2004 Mustang convertible.
I really like this. The Paul Smith Mini, very cool. You can almost tell with the badging on the front, in the glove box as well.
And the boot in the green.
Yeah, really quite cool.
Automatic. Ford Capri 1600 GT XLR Mark 1. A lot of time and effort's gone into this.
I was going to say, our vendor restored this and has done a very nice job actually. Presents well.
Ford Thames van. Any commercial, particularly if that era and age has survived, is great. Now, we've sold this before. It's come back. A gentleman bought it. One of our sort of long-standing clients bought it for his disabled wife. They've now bought another vehicle. What makes this special, apart from being in super condition, is it's only done 17,000 miles.
Yes.
And it is truly lovely. The Saab 96, what a great car. The shape, there's nothing else like it on the road. The Austin Champ.
I took that out for the photos. That was a lot of fun actually. We took that out.
They are brilliant.
Over the weekend.
Rolls-Royce 4-litre engine.
Yeah, I have to say, for what they are.
5-speed gearbox with a transfer box, so 5 speeds forwards and 5 speeds backwards.
Which we had fun with, and that was, I'm really quite impressed actually. For what that
Morris
was.
Minor convertible.
Yes, an early one as well.
And then, This is a real eyeful. It's the Ford F-150, and it's the 5.4 litre supercharged pickup. So really special.
GT6.
Low owners. Now, I love a GT6.
Mark III.
Local car, low ownership. Honest car. Yes, it could do with some cosmetics, but it's just a proper solid car. Like that a lot.
And again, going on.
And we're back. I think Dale just broke the camera, but we're back. We're just saying, great to see a nice future classic. Dale, can you give us a real overview here? Now, we're not going to feature these tonight, but we've got 75 motorcycles in the sale, and there are some fabulous machines.
And again, there's something for everyone.
Definitely
you've got
something for
anything
everyone.
from
Dale, just do a quick run up there. Go on, see if you can squeeze up there. But we will be looking at all of these tomorrow. I think, Freddie, you're going to do a little bit of a
I'll do
a video on the bikes tomorrow.
I'll do a quick walk around tomorrow. Again, this is probably one of our largest amount of entries for motorbikes for a single classic auction, which is really great to see. We like the motorbikes here at ACA, and they do well.
Absolutely. So let's get Dale, if you lead on, into the final haul. So, another Aston Martin, third Aston Martin in the sale, this little Vantage V8 manual car. We then have the Lotus Esprit Turbo, fabulous shape. Astra GTE 16 valve. Now this has been part of a little collection of Vauxhalls. Great to see that. We've taken that to Stoddy.
Stoddy, yes.
Very well received and viewed there. The Lotus Europa JPS.
Long-term ownership.
Long-term ownership. Now, over there, Trump TR6. Again, I think our vendors owned that one for quite some time. And this has had a huge amount of attention, hasn't it?
We took this one to the Sandringham one.
We did.
It's ready for the track, isn't it? It's set to
this
go.
is the Nissan GT Academy. One of the actual cars from that series, the GT Academy series. Great thing, really great. I'd love to have a go in that. Jeff would certainly like to take it.
He likes a track day, to be fair.
On a track day. Another Spitfire, why not have a yellow one?
Yeah.
And we've got the Fordson pickup. Why not have a Fordson E83W utility van? Great to see, good condition.
Now this MGB is quite an interesting one, isn't it?
Now, heavily modified, steel arches.
Yes,
actually, not fiberglass. Fitted with a Rover Tomcat turbo engine. So the thing absolutely goes like a scolded cat. Vendor spent a fortune, and
I love
many hours. The roof rack is great. So a little bit controversial styling, but I actually like what he's done. I think it's a testament to him, and someone's going to have a huge amount of fun driving it, and a lot quicker than any MGB V8.
Yes. Wolseley, sorry, yes.
Yeah, little Wolseley, 1.5. Great to see. Hyundai Atos with only 3,800 miles from new, and then we've got this little mini convertible
with trailer,
a matching trailer. So the trailer is just not connected, just so we can close it up tonight, but we'll see that driving through tomorrow. Lotus Cortina rear lights fitted as front lights, but to the rear of the trailer you'll see.
Oh, fantastic! Yes.
The little Singer Roadster, really lovely to see.
That's quite sweet. The Viva, I've had a few people inquire on that one. I will say as well, that TR4, I know it's one of Jeff's favourites. I think that was the final one we took to Sandringham, and again, he said drove really nicely.
Really spot on. The MG-YA, what a beautiful car this is. I just love the style of this and the interior.
Future classic, but it's done 23,000 miles and it's the 1.8 SRI.
With a full-length pan roof.
Top spec.
Yeah, quite unusual. A little bit of a project. This one, XJS V12 convertible. It does need a roof. We make no bones about it. You do need to put a roof, but great little car. We're guiding that 3,000 to 5,000.
The Nova, you don't see too many of them anymore, do you?
No, that's the Nova SR. Now, I took that down the road, and I do have that feeling that perhaps at some point in the past, this engine's had a little bit of work done to it because that was just proper nippy. Really great. Fabulous conditioned Escort van. This really is in top-notch order. Lovely to see. And we have another MGB GT V8. Now this guided at 8 to 10,000 pounds has been registered to the same doctor owner since 1975.
Yes.
So fabulous. Lotus Elan, it's the M100, the SE Cabriolet in Calypso Red, I think they call it.
Yeah, they were
great to see. And
a low mileage.
Little low mileage Rover 100. I call them a Rover Metro, but a Rover 100. Now we are going to just give it call it a wrap there. There are 300 odd lots of automobilia. Normally we'd go through there, but I think we just need to let you get back to doing what you should be doing. So if you're watching this in your lunch break at work or lying in bed watching it, turn it off, go to bed. We'd love to see you at the weekend. Do come down here and see us in person, or do follow it online. It's important that you do like and subscribe to be kept informed of any notifications as and when they come up. And we'll see you soon. Any queries, give us a call. Take care.
Thank you.